this is a good little quote. You don't need the whole staircase, you just need the next step. Okay, so if you are waiting for things to be perfect, they're never going to be. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Jennifer Allwood Show. As Jen has just wrapped up her month-long sabbatical, you get one more podcast episode from me. My name is Nell. I am Director of Operations here for Team Allwood. And today I'm going to call some of you out on what is preventing you from making progress in your business. So here's the thing. There are reasons that you tell yourself and you tell others, but then there's the actual reason. So here's what I hear. I hear things like, I need to finish my website. I just need to finish recording my course. I need to get a new logo. I need to work on my branding. I need to figure out the tech. Some variation of that is what I hear all the time. And I get to work with quite a few business owners in my position here. But here's what's more often than not true. What's really true is you're stalling. You're procrastinating. You're convincing yourself something is strategy when really it's just fear dressed up as productivity. I'm going to say that again. You're convincing yourself that something is strategy, but it's really just fear dressed up in productivity. I think we think when we call it building, that's legitimate, that's real, but really we're hiding. You're not actually building, you're hiding. So here's some statistics for you. According to Kajabi, 70% of online course creators spend more time creating a course than they do marketing it. Okay, yet businesses that focus on marketing see 2.5 times faster growth than those who wait until everything's done. Meaning, if you have a marketing focus, even while you're building the background, even while you're doing everything, but if you go ahead and start marketing and you focus on that, you will grow 2.5 times faster than if you build it all first. Okay, another study by ConvertKit showed that 60% of creators never launch their offer because of tech overwhelm. So you can take those excuses, you can take those like reasons why you're not getting started that I hear all the time, and you can actually make them become like the reason you never go anywhere, the reason you never do anything. Okay, so I see this all the time. Like in the past few weeks, I'm just going to give you a few examples of things I've seen from business owners. One is either they make things like so long and overwhelming, like this huge to-do list before they can get started that they'll never actually get it done. Like they make this list completely monstrous. And so, of course, they're never going to get done because the list is just too big. One of the things I see people do is way overcomplicate what they need. This is a big one, okay? So instead of like starting off with just like a PDF email opt-in, people want a quiz with 5 different follow-up funnels and videos and all of these things. Or instead of just having like one course, let's start with one course. They want to create 10 courses. They want a whole system. They want to be 15 steps down the road from where their business is now before they even start it. Or they want to create like an app or a website, but it needs all this like custom coding. I see people way overcomplicate things, want way more than they need to get started, all in the name of like, I need this done before my business gets going, but really they're just stalling, okay? Because creating feels safer than actually selling. Spinning your wheels in tech, talking like spending weeks and weeks building funnels and all the things you need for your course and having all of these excuses for why it's not done is safer than actually starting to sell it. Okay, so I want to give you 4 ways that you might be hiding or stalling in your business and what you can do about it. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 options to see if any of these apply to you. So the first one is hiding behind the tech. So you might be saying things like, I don't know how to hook up my email. I don't know how to use which platform to use. I'm confused. What's a landing page? Like you might be saying things like that. But what's really going on is you're afraid of being seen. You're afraid of doing it wrong. You're afraid of hearing no. You're afraid of putting yourself out there. You're afraid of having the thing for sale. And so you do nothing. Okay, so here's another good statistic for you. People who delay launching for like tech reasons often delay 3 to 6 times longer than those who just get started with one tool. Okay, so here's what to do instead. Start ugly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Use a platform. Obviously, I'm going to suggest Equip 360, but use a platform that has the basics of all the things you need. You need a form, you need a landing page, you need a way to take money. You need very basic things. You don't need 16 tools. You don't need logins to all these different platforms. You need one that lets you create something and go from there. Okay, so if you're overwhelmed by tech, there's a solution. Also, I just want to say, think of all the hard things you've done in your life. I love different content creators and different platforms and different people who say, Hard does not equal bad. Can tech be hard? Of course it can be, but you've done hard things in your life. You've done hard things in your life and you did them, so you can do it. Okay. Next thing that I see that people might be doing to like stall or hide before actually putting themselves out there is building before validating. Okay. So this is like for people who spend so much time building a course, designing slides, making PDFs, recording videos, but they've never actually like seen, is this what my audience wants? Do people want this? You haven't asked people. You haven't sold anything yet. So you are just once again, stalling for in the name of building something, creating something, but you don't even know if people want it. Okay. Businesses that validate their offer, meaning they sell it before they build it, have a 70% higher launch success rate. Do you hear that? So if you validate your offer, if you make sure that it is things that people want, you have 70% higher launch success. So to instead pre-sell something. Use Equip 360, use something like that, create a waitlist page, a sales page, a checkout. You can do all of this very quickly. Okay. And then you can deliver it as you can fulfill it as you go. Drip content, live content, all of those things. Having people that you're actually selling to is way better than having a perfect course that you spent 6 months on that no one wants. Okay, so here's another one. This might be another way that you are stalling or you are hiding. Are you waiting for it to be perfect? You might be saying things like, okay, I'm not quite happy with the colors in my logo. I want to rebrand. I'm finalizing my prices. I can't decide on this. So maybe you've started creating, it's just the PDFs need to be updated. Whatever it is, you are waiting for something to be perfect instead of getting it going. So what you're really doing is you're avoiding the vulnerable act of asking for someone to buy it. And that's normal. It's normal to be scared. It's very okay to be scared for selling. What's not okay is to stay there and not do anything about it. Okay? So instead, you just got to start with something. You just got to put it out there. Create the most basic version of what you want to sell with one price point, one transformation. You can always redo it later. You can always redesign it. You can always raise the price. This is a good little quote, you don't need the whole staircase, you just need the next step. Okay, so if you are waiting for things to be perfect, they're never going to be. Put it out there messy. Now, you're going to learn something. Either you're going to learn people want it and you can go from there, or you're going to learn, I need to adjust this and you can go from there. No matter what, you're going to have the next day, the sun's going to come up the next morning, but you got to put something out there. Okay. And my last way that you might be hiding or stalling and really getting progress in your business, especially when it comes to tech, is that you are overcomplicating the offer. Okay. You're trying to do like this huge platform. You're trying to build an app. You're trying to have all these different courses. You're trying to have evergreen webinars and follow-up funnels and all of this stuff before you've even sold one thing. I see this so much. People come in and they're like, okay, I want to be able to do this, 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 and this. And I look at their business and they really haven't even gotten it started. And it's once again, you're trying to skip the foundational steps. You're trying to skip all the way to being 5 years into business when you haven't even had your first sale. You haven't even made your first dollar. And so you're overcomplicating. But really what you're doing is you're using this as an excuse. So the average customer takes 7 seconds to decide on whether an offer makes sense for them. So if you confuse them, you lose them. If you overcomplicate it, you're going to lose them anyway. So not only did you waste time, did you stall, you're going to lose people because it's going to be too complicated. Okay, so instead, one offer, one page, one call to action. Of course, Equip 360, once again, can be great for this, but you want to keep things focused. You want to keep it with the problem that you're solving and the results you're delivering. And here's the thing. These people who have all these reasons, if this is you, if you're stalling, if you're hiding, it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you've done something wrong. It's because you're scared. And that's okay. That's human. It's very human to be scared. But the longer you stay in this like mode of creating, the longer you're delaying in what you've been called to do, what the Lord has called you to do. God can fulfill whatever your plans are. He's got it. You don't have to be tech savvy, but you do need to be obedient. You do need to be open. You do need to be willing to work hard, to figure things out, to all of those things. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're in like a stalling loop, if you have If you're someone who's like, oh, I've been trying at this for so long. I have this other job or have this other side of my business, but over here, there's something I've been trying to get off the ground. But if you've been stalling for a really long time, if you've been in a stalling loop, if you've been hiding behind creating, here's some things that you can do. Step one, make sure you're really clear. Clarify your transformation. What is the person that you want to walk away with? Is it a service from you? Are you going to create something for them? Is it a coaching? Are you teaching them something? What transformation are you doing? Have that. Okay. Create one landing page or checkout page. Of course, you could create this and you could have a checkout page and equip 360 in less than 30 minutes for a product. Okay. For a coaching offer, for a service offer, something like that. You could have that done so quickly. Okay. So that's step two. Create a very simple landing page. Step three, post about it. Tell people about it. Email people, DM people, text people. Post it on your social media. Post it on your personal page if you don't have anything else. Post it there. Step three. Step four, get that first buyer and just serve the heck out of them. Build it as you go. Get feedback. Repeat. Repeat this process. Okay? So you could have these things. I mean, I hear people tell me all the time, I'm so ready for this course and I just can't seem to get it off the ground. Guys, you could have a course being ready to be sold in hours, not weeks and months. You should do these very simple things. Who's the course for? What are you going to be teaching them? A simple landing page, ask people who they want it, and then deliver it one week at a time. It can totally work. Okay. Of course, like I said, Equip 360 can help with all of this. It's one login, it's one subscription. It's not 5 different platforms. You can create landing pages, email opt-ins, automations, and you can happen faster than you think. Okay. Most of you don't need more clarity. You just need more courage to actually start selling the thing. So if you are using tech overwhelm, if you find yourself overcomplicating things, if you find yourself trying to be 15 steps down the road and you haven't really even made a sale in this area or gotten started, it's probably because of one of these things. So I want to encourage you that it can happen faster than you think. You can have a way to take money up and going in 30 minutes and stop stalling. Stop using tech as the reason that you're not getting anywhere. The tech can be what assists you and not what holds you back. And we want to help you do that here on Team Allwood, of course, with Equip 360. But regardless, if any of these things resonated with you, I really want you to think through them and see, okay, what is truly my fear? And it's time for me to have courage and do it anyway. Okay, thank you all so much, guys. Have a great rest of your day.